Hey everyone, hope you're all doing okay. Just want to go through the syllabus for the remainder of the course as it will be completed online with you before the start of classes on Monday. So on the Moodle site, I've posted this syllabus. I just want to go through some of the points with you. Uh, One of the key differences up here for the office hours is I'll be holding online office hours using the Zoom app. Uh, I will be sending you a separate email with instructions on how to participate using Zoom. It's pretty easy. I send you a link. You click on the link. You sign in with your Gmail information, which is the HCC username and password, and then you're in. So we're going to try that next week. If that works out really well, we may do some of the lecturing through the Zoom as well, particularly for topics where it's a little hard to understand. Okay, so again, I've kind of split out the topics that we're going to cover for the rest of the semester. It looks a lot like the original syllabus I handed out to you. Uh, the difference is this time around, because it's online, even though the topics are listed by day of the week, uh, we're not meeting at a specific time. So basically, you're going to access the Moodle site when you have time to do it to complete the assignments. Okay, so I'm going to go through each of the components, the lecture, the quizzes, the exams, and talk about how you're going to complete those. But just to kind of point it out, so on Monday, we're scheduled to talk about selection and animal characteristics. I am not going to expect you to take from 11 to 1:30, which is our normal lecture time, to go through and do that. And it's up to you to kind of pace yourself to go through the topics, look at the PowerPoints online, and complete the outline notes. Okay, I will be posting the PowerPoints with the narration, the video of me talking about them online. I'm going to split them into 10 to 15 minute presentations. So we're going to only cover one or two topics and go through it with the PowerPoints. You can fill in the outline notes as I'm going through the annotation, or you can fill them out ahead of time. You're not obligated to look at the narrated PowerPoints, but there may be things I talk about or explain that aren't necessarily in the PowerPoints themselves. So it's kind of like lecture. You can just copy the stuff down, but as far as explanations and understanding what the material is all about, that's where the narrations come in. That's where they'll be helpful. Okay, so you're going to kind of work at them in your own pace. That becomes important, particularly with the quizzes. We're still going to have a whole bunch of quizzes just about every week, and then your exams, because the information on the quizzes and exams are going to correspond to the weeks of the material. Now, next week, your first quiz 5, is scheduled for, I have it on Monday. That is going to cover material that we talked about prior to break, and it's probably going to be the rest of the selection stuff. I will provide separate instructions for that as far as what pages are going to be on the quiz, how you need to study, and how you're going to take the quiz online. Okay, so every week, this one I have to actually think about changing. But every week, essentially every week, you're going to have a quiz. Okay, so let's go through just kind of each of the components that I expect from you for the class. Okay, so everything's going to be on the Moodle site. Your lectures, your quizzes, your exams, and the labs. I'm still working on how to figure out the labs. We'll talk about that shortly. Okay, so you're going to need to go to the Moodle site to get the information needed for the class, to take the quizzes, to take the exams, to do the labs. Okay, as far as attendance and participation, I am not taking attendance. However, I am able through the Moodle site to know when you're accessing the site and how long you've been on there. Okay, so You don't want to try and do all this stuff right before you have to take the quiz or the exam. You kind of want to pace yourself out and study just like you would for the regular class. Okay, so you're expected to view the PowerPoint, you're expected to fill out the outline notes and use those to study for your quizzes and exams. Okay, if you do not want to look at the annotated or the narrated PowerPoints, that's entirely up to you. But again, there are going to be things I say or explain that I may ask you about that are going to be in those narrated PowerPoints. Okay, they're going to be through YouTube. Okay, so, as far as office hours and things online, again, I'm going to try out that Zoom for the office hours. If that seems to work well for most people, what we may do is hold a lecture section on Zoom once a week or more, depending on, what the demand is. Okay, so again, your lectures, that's going to be your PowerPoints, just like we did in the past. Okay, I'm going to have the YouTube videos. You want to look at those. Fill in your outline notes. Okay, on the YouTube videos, there's a closed captioning option. The default is that it's off. If you want a written summary of what it is I'm saying, that's what the closed captioning will do. It will actually go through and write out in text on the screen what I'm saying. So if that is helpful to you, turn on that option. Okay, as I said, lecture is going to run 10-15 minutes per video, just to pace it out. Okay, for quizzes, okay, the quizzes are going to be 10 points. They're going to be primarily multiple choice. There may be some fill in the blanks, the short answer kind of questions. Okay, the way the quizzes are going to work, and then take those online. I will let you know what day the quiz will be open. And what I mean by open is it's available for you to take it. So when you are ready to take the quiz, you would go to the Moodle site, click on the quiz, go through it, answer the questions, and then log out. Okay, for the quizzes, you can't go in and start it and then log out and then go back in and finish it. So once you log in, you have to be committed and go through and complete the quiz. Okay, so you'll have a full day, the 24-hour period, to take those quizzes. So you can do it anytime during that 24-hour period. Okay, your exams, instead of having that second 100-point exam, I actually broken into two smaller exams, so 2A and 2B. Okay, they're going to work the same way as the quizzes. You'll go into the Moodle site, you'll log in to take it. Once you log in, you have to complete the test. You can't start it, then stop it, then start it again. Okay, for the exams, you're going to have a longer open period to take it. So on the day that it's opened up, so for you guys, if you look over here on April 13th, that's that first exam. That's in a couple of weeks. Okay, so for that exam, it's going to be open probably around 8 o'clock in the morning on April 13th. You'll have 5 days to get to it and actually take it. Okay, so in that 5-day period is when you have to take that test. It'll be from the 13th to the 17th at 5 o'clock. Okay, again, when I say in those 5 days, you can't like start it on Monday, log out, and then go back on Wednesday and try and finish it up. Once you open it, you have to start it and you got to take it. Okay, but you'll have 5 days to fit it into your schedule to do that whenever you feel you're ready. Okay. Final exam, depending on how long this stay in place order is in effect, and depending on the increase in the coronavirus, if it starts to die out and they feel that people are safe to interact, we may be going back to in-person classes towards the end of the semester or even for the finals. We don't have any idea of that yet. So once I find out how we're going to do that, we'll worry about it then. So that's still about almost 2 months away. A lot could change in 2 months. Okay, as far as your labs you will complete on Moodle as well. I'm going to take parts of your lab manual. I'll actually take those out and compile them into a smaller lab. I'll post that on the Moodle site, and those will be the labs that you complete. Basically, what you'll be doing is answering questions about some of the material. I'll have microscope slides, pictures for you to refer to and answering the questions. I'll also try and find some short videos of the things that we would normally do in the lab. Uh, as far as the grade for the lab, your lab report will most likely be either completion of that assignment or a short kind of question page at the end. Okay, so you're still going to have some kind of lab report due. Okay, they'll be worth 10 points as well. Okay, on the third page, if you kind of look at the point composition of the class, it's the same as it was before. The only thing that's really different is that A, we're doing it online, and B, that second exam is split into two 50-point exams. Okay. I think that's all I have to say about this for now. If you have any questions, please email me. If not, then stay tuned. I'm going to try and get more information regarding the quizzes and that material out for next week. Okay, so at this point, as far as the quiz dates go and the way everything's scheduled, don't worry about having to do it on a particular day. I will contact you through email and let you know the specifics of it. Okay, so again, let me know if you have any questions, and we're off to the races. Take care.